Alright everyone, this is Dan of Gaming Nonsense Uncensored. Feels like I've been waiting years for this, but it's here. Players Handbook, 5th edition D&D. Gonna give you a quick rundown, show you some of the stuff that we're gonna get out of this new set. Alright, starting up, we're gonna take a look at the classes. Here's the rundown. We got Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard. Not too shabby. Here's another nice little feature. We got Dwarves, Elves, Halfling, Human, Dragonborn. A lot of people didn't like that, but whatever. Gnome, Half-Elf, Half-Orc, and Tiefling. Alright, so it's not a bad set. Then we go past that for the new backgrounds, the inspirations, character details, equipment. From there, we got using ability script, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? This is all about playing the game at the end. Going to give you some quick ganders at some of the art styles. Like, take, for example, this. Now, they give you the step-by-step character creation. Right off the bat, in the beginning, over here, this is all what you're known for, what your stats are important for, and what the races give you. It's not bad for a start. Over here is all the ability score modifiers. Creating character based on the ability points. They give you the ways of, you can either do roll down, you can do assigning stats, you can do the customizing, all that. Alright. XP chart. I know that the image isn't going to be as great as I want it to be because I've been trying for 20 minutes to get no glare. I'm just tired of this shit. So, character advancement. Level 2 is only 300 XP. The reason? You're going to die fast. 5th edition, a lot of vicious stuff. It's not too bad. 1,000 XP is going to get you to level 3. From that, that's when you start seeing the escalation. But you'll notice none more of that million XP nonsense. It goes nice and easy. Alright. So this is like some of the new art that they decided to go with the set. It's not too shabby, I kind of like it. It's a bit of a departure, it's a big difference from Pathfinder. I think that's one thing they wanted to make sure that they did, even though this looks remarkably like the symbol of Desna. It's a nice little change. I don't love the art, but I'm glad they did something different. Like, I love it enough to care about that. You're going to notice a lot of these little boxes as you go through. I love the, the halfling that's starting a death metal band. These are all like little side notes, like, play stats, stuff like that. So take, for example, on here for the halflings, it notes that they try to get along with everyone else. Here's some of their opinions on these other races, like dwarves. Dwarves make loyal friends, and you can count on them to keep their word. But would it hurt them to smile once in a while? Yada yada. They give you the base names and everything else. You've seen that in a lot of RPGs. Dragonborn. I feel like they tried to make it a little different, a little more serious. But all in all, it's not bad. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, and the other thing too is, like, you'll notice all the races, they give you a little story or dialogue at the beginning. Helps you set the mood for that, race. One thing I do love is with the new classes and upgrades, Barbarians are back to D12 the way it was supposed to be. Now here's one thing that's pretty cool. They're going to give you the rundown of everything for your level, and instead of making it where there's like 35 classes, they decided to go for something a little different. A lot of the classes have things that you're going to choose from. And then at 3rd level, you start to choose new deals. So take, for example, Barbarians. Every Barbarian is going down this path. They're all going to get the Reckless Attack, the Unarmored Defense, all these other things. But starting at 3rd level, they can take the Path of the Berserker, which gives them a different type of frenzy, mindless range, intimidating presence. Or Path of the Totem Warrior, where you have like Spirit Seekers and things like that. They also have, like, for the Bards, same deal. Bards get a lot of different, like, every class basically. Here's your Clerics. even your clerics, like here's your domains. And what I like is they acknowledge all the deals. They do Greyhawk, they do Forgotten Realms, they do Dragonlance, they could do like even Celtic and Greek. So if you want to play a Greek style game, a little fancy, you want to have clerics doing whatever, it's an option. Druids, yada yada, and like you'll see with the druid, same deal as the other deal things. Once you hit third level, you're gonna start choosing like druid circles. Do you want to be a circle of the land, circle of the moon, things like that. It's definitely pretty cool. Fighters, I kind of like what they did with fighters. Instead of making them just redonkulous, they pick up extra attacks as they go along. You choose a main fighting style. As time goes on, you can take more. It's not too bad. And then even with that, if you take a look at here, I know this is definitely a pain in the ass. Eldritch Knights. That's now just like a subdivision that you take a third level. You don't have the prestige. They still have the prestige classes, but you know. Monks as always. Blah blah blah. I do like what they did with paladins because you can have like these different oaths, and I love the Oath of Vengeance, mainly because you have by any means necessary. My qualms can't get in the way of exterminating my foes. You can actually be a badass paladin finally. Rangers, you can be beastmasters, rogues, you can go for assassin and whatnot. For sorcerers, the Return of the Wild Magic table. Very cool. Warlocks and the like. All this stuff like here, the base wizards, yada yada yada. Alright, so they give you also like they gave the fake languages and everything on the bottom. As they start to go through with the languages and your personality traits, what I do like is this is pretty good for first time RPGers. This is something that they added that definitely works. And it's these backgrounds. So take for example, you want to go with, I know this sucks, I'm so sorry, Charlatan. Charlatan is on page 128 if you want to fly to this page as soon as you get this book. They have like your favorite scheme, then they have your personality traits, and then your ideals and your bonds and your flaws. But like say for example the Charlatan, you can cheat at games of chance. That's like your favorite scam. Then your personality trait is I fall in and out of love easily, always pursuing someone. So you know it's like I got this thing for redheads. I'm just gonna keep chasing those down, whatever you want to do. But it works out well for hooks. And the biggest thing is DMs are always trying to find why are you guys doing this time? Like, oh, you gotta help the town. Why do we want to help the town? Because if you don't help the town, we're not gonna have an adventure. You know, instead of the metagame of that, they now have with all these traits and hooks and ideals, it makes it a lot easier. So take for example, someone in your group is playing the Sage and their ideal is knowledge. The path to power and self-improvement is through knowledge. And their bond is, it's my duty to protect my students. Hey, here's the adventure. You guys need to raid this temple. There's a defensive spell that can help, put a ward around the school. It ties into both his ideal and his bond. It's an adventure. Next time the character goes, oh, well, why would I do that? It's like, because that's your goddamn job. This is what you made your character for. Go and do it, Then they have the equipment. I do love that. Why everyone else starts with dice rolls times 10. Monks just get 5d4 gold. They give you like the art. They definitely upped. I like that they're including a lot more. Some people are gonna say they stole it from Pathfinder. I think it's just a great idea. They're giving like base look at the deals. Here's some like minor items. Like your blowgun needles, your antitoxins, your orbs, your books, buckets, quivers, all that junk. They're going with that style of art. If anyone says that they're ripping off Pathfinder, let's see if they just come out with 35 decks to show you what every one of these items look like and stuff like that. They give you the price of mounts and expenses and trade goods and foods and lodging. They really get into it this time around. Trinkets, which this is a great table to roll on, page 160. You want to give the group a little something different to find. Here, think of a number between 1 and 100. I'm assuming you're thinking of 64, which is a pyramid of sticky black incense that smells very bad. And if you didn't pick 64, you chose wrong, because that's what we did. They note about multi-classing and the customize. Feats, there's not many feats, but they made it where you can take the feat in lieu of doing the stat increase. And you'll notice that the feats are really, really good this time around. So take, for example, Keen Mind, you automatically up your intelligence by 1, but you would have been able to get 2 points instead. But you always know which way is north. You always know the number of hours left before the next sunrise or sunset. You can accurately recall anything you have seen or heard within the past month. That's huge for adventures. It's like you get to the temple, it's like, all right, what do I got to put here again? I don't know. Roll the check. No, I don't have to roll shit. My guide knows. Give me the answer. So these feats are very powerful. That's why they come at the price of bypassing the stack gain. Um, Definitely cool things. And then part 2 is playing the game. This is a little more like how the Pathfinder core book was. It notes about adventuring, time, what's going on. This is pure player though. It notes like DM describes the environment. The DM will do this. It gives you like pieces, everything else, interactions. This is more of the core of the game. This shows you about sizes and say for example these are your actions in combat now. You can attack, cast a spell, dash, disengage. Disengaging is what shifting used to be like in fourth, where when you take disengage, you don't provoke opportunity attacks for the rest of the turn. Dodging is you're focusing purely on saving your life. You get to make dexterity saving throws with advantage. Helping somebody, hiding, readying, searching, and using an object. So you can almost make cheat sheets for players. And before you steal that idea, I'm sure on RPG Geek I will have cheat sheets for players. So let's remember page 192. Here's like all the rules of magic. The spellcasting is pretty cool. Here, and like they do stuff like this. Like they're making more creative art style to give you an idea of how the stuff works. One thing I do enjoy is, this is actually more like old school D&D. Like, here's all the bard spells, level, alphabetical. Akin to how I saw the core books of Pathfinder, all the spells pure alphabetical, regardless of class. So if you have Acid Splash, no matter where you got it from, you just look up Acid Splash. You'll also notice some of the spells you can up. So let's take a quick look. Like take for example, Banishment at higher levels. So this is normally a 4th level abjuration spell. If you take it at 5th or higher, you can target one additional creature for each slot. So what's cool is if you love this particular spell, you can just go buck wild with it. You don't have to go, 5th level, I just want more Banishment. You can. There's a decent amount of spells. They brought back Chromatic Orb, which makes me happy. I would have loved to have seen it be like the old AD&D Chromatic Orb, where there was all the different effects. So anyway, so here's all your spells and everything. The other thing you'll notice is after pages and pages and pages of spells, they do give you, here's like all your effects, and they give you like little art to show everything. Not too bad. I like the style, and I like that it's a different art style than the rest of the book. Appendix B, Gods of the Multiverse, Deities of Greyhawk, Dragonlands, Forgotten Realms. This is the stuff I was telling you about earlier. Non-human deities, which is very cool. And then they have Norse, Egyptian, Celtic, Greek. It's very cool. I would have loved if they had more of the holy symbols, but you make deal with it you can. And I do like that they have Miracle. Planes of Existence. They give you a little bit of creatures, mainly animal style, like eagle, hawk, falcon, mastiff, mule, and all that. Here is your massive index. Once again, the character sheet for you to quick Xerox, which is very good. They also have the expanded, where they have like your spell book and character name. So all in all, they note to make sure to always go to dungeonsanddragons.com. And while you're checking out dungeonsanddragons.com, don't forget to hit facebook.com/gamingnonsenseuncensored and on Twitter @GNU Podcast. We're definitely going to be talking more about 5th edition D&D. Very happy it came out. $50. We'll see if it's worth it soon. Peace.